Time to get real. I want to see some crazy whiz-biz.
What's the magic made out of, Ding Dong?
I want to see some of that whiz-biz.
This castle is in unacceptable condition! Unacceptable! Mathematical! Bacon pancake!
All right, which one of us is doing the intro? We didn't even talk about that.
You start, and then I'll do something stupid, as per usual.
It's WhizBiz with Alexx and Erik, your only podcast about cartoons by two grown-ups talking about Adventure Time. And I am Erik.
And Eric's growing a mustache on his face, a mustache that makes him look like Dad. I'm Alex. Hi.
It's true.
That's from an episode of the show we're doing, Adventure Time.
Yeah, for sure. That's absolutely. So I'm really excited about Adventure Time about these episodes. First of all, it's been a while since we recorded yet again, but the first episode that we're going to be talking about, James II, has a shiny rock in it.
Yes, it does.
Which I'm excited about. I mean, it's a word they made up, but it's still fun. It doesn't work for this show, but I thought it would be funny if we don't mention it during the episode, and then in Shiny Rocks, I'm like, hey, Erik, do you know what Virginie quintuplets are? And you're like, no, Alex, I've never heard that term. Shit, if only we'd set that up ahead of time.
No, but here's the thing. I think every single person in the audience would be suspicious as shit that both of us during the episode don't reference the made up fancy ass word. I feel
that's so true. Yeah,
I feel like I would be,
and they'd be like, did they even watch the episode?
Yeah, I don't want to lie to the audience like that, and I'm not gonna. This
all right. Let's not lie to the audience. So, Alex, how the hell are you?
I'm doing well. I would like to tell the audience about something.
Okay,
I've been living in Portland, Oregon for over 20 years.
That's very true.
In that time, there has been a Bigfoot museum a half an hour away, and I keep not going. Until this
here.
very weekend, I was watching a YouTube thing, and it ran like through random bullshit. I ended up watching a Bigfoot thing, and they go to the museum here, and I went, oh, it's really close. For some reason I thought it was far away because there's one in Washington that's a bit of a schlep. I went yesterday to Boring, Oregon, to I think it's called like the Northwest Bigfoot Research Center or something along those lines. And we went to the museum inside, which it costs $8 to get in. And nothing has ever been priced more perfectly. It is exactly $8 worth of museum. It's really small, but like you come out going like, yeah, $5 to $8. That's what that's. Yeah, but
nice.
Super fun. Really worth it if you're in the area. The gift shop's dope. But the key takeaway, and I sent it to like everybody I know, is they have a bunch of Bigfoot plaster casts of his hands and his feet, mostly his feet.
Wow.
There's a picture of where he put his face on some glass. So there's like oil marks in the face of Sasquatch face. There was a bottle, like one of those bottles that you keep like bleach in that you can spray, or like a mustard bottle, that kind of clear thing. That somebody made Sasquatch pheromones, and they
so you
smell.
Can sniff
it. It's one of the worst odors ever, and it stays in your sinuses for quite some time.
Wow, describe it. Like, what do you think?
It's just a musky, deep, this might make sense. The floral end of rotting meat. There's almost that like sweet, like corpsey, like
okay.
Sweet's the wrong word, but like
like corpse flower.
I've never smelled a corpse flower. I feel like it probably is given its name. But yeah, it's really gross. Recommend wholeheartedly smelling that when you're there. But the main takeaway, they've got a Bigfoot butt imprint that they took an imprint of. Just his big old butt right there, and they plaster cast it. And it was very amusing. It was a very large ass. Yeah.
So you said that they have plaster casts of Bigfoot's hands. Did you say that?
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
I did say that. So there's some of the back rooms have like they've got a thing for the orang pendek, which is the one in like Indonesia and like the Yeren, which is China, and the Yowie and stuff. And some of them have like,
I thought Yowie was that hentai thing with like, I don't know.
They're probably both the same. I mean, it all goes back to like furries and just, you know, people doing despicable things in hotel rooms. But there was a bunch of like, oh, this is what an Australopithecus hand looks like or whatever. And I know one of them, like one of the like Chinese ones or one of the other ones, I think there was a hand mold that was meant to be from a Bigfoot. They did have, however, one fingerprint imprint in a bottle of Nutella. They had left Nutella out for Bigfoot and it stuck his fingers in, and they molded it and then redid it in like some kind of silicone, so you can put your fingers in and match up where Bigfoot's hand was in it to the mold. Big ass fingers.
You know, amazingly, that Nutella trick also works on me.
Yeah, that's how we met. I know.
Yeah, it's true.
So I got you into my creepy basement apartment the first time.
Yeah, it was just a path of Nutella bottles all open.
Yeah, if you're ever near or in Boring, Oregon, recommend it. It was a super fun time. One of the other interesting things was because of our location, Nike apparently made test shoes for Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player. And he either didn't like them or I didn't read the whole sign, but they gave them to the museum somehow to show the biggest human feet.
Yeah, Shaq has big feet.
And his feet are slightly smaller than most of the Bigfoot examples.
Wow, that's crazy.
But they have got his shoes, and his shoes are like, if this wasn't a Bigfoot museum, if this was like a random like window that you're walking by and they're like, this is the size of Shaq's feet, that's almost as impressive as any of the Bigfoot evidence, because motherfucker, it's a big ass fucking shoes. Like that is.
Oh yeah. I know. My dad wears like size 14 or 15 shoes, and his shoes are enormous. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, he's like really, really tall.
Your dad is?
Yeah, he's like 6'3" or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was picturing him as like around your height.
No. I'm like the runt of the family.
No shit. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, go dad. Yeah. Go mom, really.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's my adventure. How have you been, Eric? Tell me about things.
I've been pretty good. I went to the Soak Festival, which is the
Oh, yeah, I want to know about this.
Yeah. You know, this is the second time I've been. The first time...
tell them what it is. I interrupted you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's the Portland Regional Burn. So it's a regional Burning Man event. It's a festival that happens out in Tye Valley on the other side of Hood River. And it probably attracts, like... I think this year it probably had about 2,500 people. That's the number I heard. So it's not like... It's nowhere near the size of Burning Man or anything like that. It's kind of spread across like some forest and grassland next to a little river. And it's a lot of art and music and food. And it sort of runs on the same principles as Burning Man. So everything's free. And, you know, there's like those 10 Burning Man principles that I will not list for you because I do not remember them. But the first time I went, I didn't have a very good time. It was... too noisy. I slept really badly. The weather was too hot. I was just kind of, you know, while there was stuff that I enjoyed, my overall takeaway was really medium. It was sort of felt balanced out by the good things and the bad things. So the reason I went this time was the family that I went with, they run a theme camp, and the parents in this family who go and sort of run everything, they're getting old, and they were like, oh, this might be the last time we're able to do it. Will you please come and help out? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it for you. So I went, and I had a blast. I had a good time. Lots of cool art. When you were, in fact, I was sort of thinking about it because when you were talking about Bigfoot's stench in a bottle, I mean, first of all, there's a lot, you know, the festival goes on for like a week. So there's a lot of armpits and stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't really smell it because you smell too. You know, who the hell cares? Everybody smells. But I did have a similar shocking sensory experience. There was a theme camp called Over Fucking Rated, and they sort of ran this bar where they were giving away free drinks and beer and stuff. So I stopped by one night, and the bartender's like, oh, we're having an experiment tonight. I'm like, all right. He's like, this is 100 proof peppermint schnapps, and we've added pure capsaicin to it. Will you try it?
Whoa.
And so I said, sure. So me and my buddy Chad, we both had a shot of this stuff. It was It was kind of freaky. It was a little indescribable, right? It was cold from the peppermint, so you could taste all the cooling stuff from the peppermint, but it was so spicy that I immediately got like spicy food hiccups, and so had to. So it was an experience, not one I would recommend. Don't do it, but if it's there, do it.
Yeah, I think I'd have to, but like I would know it's a bad idea. Just kind of like this. I'm forced by like the rules I put forth of my life. I need to do this. But I feel stupid for setting those rules out. Yeah.
Right. It's a bad idea, but you're going to do it because you're like, well, it won't kill me, and the discomfort will only last for a few minutes, and you have to see what it's like.
And it did only last for a few minutes?
It did, yeah. I mean, it was, it's like if you eat, it's like if you try like a habanero hot sauce that you're not ready for, and it's super, super hot, but you just drink some water, and eventually you're fine.
Yeah. My concern I don't go that hot. I'm not terrible at hot food, but I'm not like a hot food, aficionado. Right. Is when you get to that level of, that high on the Scoville scale, I worry about its exit and the potency therein would be a concern of mine.
That's a very valid concern. I will tell you, I did not experience an exit from this. Oh, good. And it might be because maybe, it was just a shot. And maybe the peppermint helped somehow. Yeah. Maybe since it was just capsaicin and not mixed with food, it didn't survive well. I don't know, but I didn't have a negative exit experience.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's I fear that. I fear that deeply.
Okay, I have one more question for you before we get into our Adventure Time talk.
Yes.
Okay, so. Before we started recording, you showed me that you had picked up a gluten-free beer. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I got the No Grain, No Pain from Caldera Brewery over in Ashland, Oregon, where the beer sorcery happens.
That's true.
And cheers from the entire Caldera crew. And Caldera means cauldron or boiling kettle.
It does.
I just assumed because Crater Lake's down there, and no, Caldera is from a volcano, right? Not an impact.
Crater Lake is from a volcano.
Oh, is it? Okay, I thought it was. Okay, well, in that case, then how does a caldera?
I don't know if Crater Lake. Yeah, Crater Lake is a caldera, but I always think, I lived in Ashland for a long time, and so I'm pretty familiar with Caldera Brewing, but I've never tried this. How is it?
It's good. It tastes like an IPA, which.
Nice.
I mean, it tastes like a pale ale, whatever. It's a hoppy beer.
And it's got a good beery flavor.
Yeah, mountain water, brown rice syrup, Belgian candy sugar, gluten-free cinnamar, whole flour hops, and yeast.
Nice.
I don't know what cinnamar is, to be honest with you.
Me neither. Should we look it up?
Yeah.
You should look it up because you can see how it's spelled. It could be a shiny rock.
It's a natural beer coloring agent. It's made from debittered Carafa Special 11 Black Malt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Because malt is gluten.
It's barley.
But I mean, malt is like celiacs can't have malt.
Okay.
But it says gluten-free cinnamar, so I guess it's like they remove the gluten or whatever.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. But you think they did a good job? It has a good flavor.
Yes. Let me say this. If I'm talking to a fellow gluten intolerant person or a celiac, tastes great. Very good beer.
Nice.
Talking to you, it's fine. It's okay.
Well, I feel like
I can't. My life is hampered by this fucking pseudo autoimmune bullshit. That were I able to drink real beer, this would be not one that I would pick up. But compared to other gluten-free beers, this is quite delicious.
I mean, that place over on the other side of Ladd's Edition, I thought they were great.
Totally good, but it's got that. This has got that same problem. And it's got that grainy's the wrong word, but it's almost like it's not held together quite right. Gluten-free beer always tastes like if you've ever tried making a sauce, like a good sauce, and they say the sauce breaks apart and your chef will yell at you. That's what gluten-free beer tastes like. It's just not quite fully together. Right. And this one just tastes like kind of a mid kind of pale ale IPA, which is high praise for gluten-free.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad that it is passable and that it gives you beer joy.
It does. I had a couple last night. I'm like, man, I actually feel like a regular person for a moment. Like I'm just drinking a beer in my apartment, like a regular fella, not thinking about a week-long heartburn.
Well, you know, I was going to come charging onto your side of the screen, yelling, Princess Alexx, look out, gluten! And I was going to throw myself on top of that beer and save your life, dying in the process, you know, but I didn't have to.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Great. I appreciate.
I assume that's why you had James. Yeah. So James the second.
Yeah. You know, interesting episode in that I don't like it.
You don't like it? I love this episode because
there's a couple of funny parts, but like
it's so goofy.
Yeah, it's just a little too goofy. I don't really like the voice of James, and I'm on record as I'm not enamored with the Banana Guards, and there was a lot of Banana Guard business here. I liked Finn, Jake, and PB watching them be foolish. That was a fun like bonding. Like, oh, I like my friends having fun with each other.
Yeah,
cool. The what they're watching, I was not taking the same amount of joy as they were.
Well, I thought that was very fun. I think that one of the things that's important about this episode is that we see more of Princess Bubblegum's sort of like how she treats the candy people, right?
Yeah.
Like she's just so arbitrary about it. And she's like, I don't think I'm going to make a new James. He keeps doing this dumbass shit. Like the line of James is over. And she just makes that decision, like just right there. And Finn and Jake are like, oh no, but we like James. And PB's like, sorry, he's gone. I've cloned him 25 times. I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah.
I mean, but you know, going back to it, she is basically God. So, you know,
I know.
What you want, PB.
Yeah, but she's a little bit of a harsh God, and she's made a lot of really, really stupid candy people. And the thing that just bugs me about it is we see later on that it's possible for her to make intelligent candy people. It's just that intelligent candy people are kind of evil.
So going back to our discussions, or going back to the remit of the show, is Princess Bubblegum Sophia or Yaldabaoth?
Yaldabaoth.
That's what I think.
Absolutely. She's totally Yaldabaoth.
She's like kind of like a fake creator god. Like there's whiffs of pleasantness and nice, but really it's behind the gauze of being like basically just an evil desert menace.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like PB is absolutely Yaldabaoth. I think we see her. I mean, I think, you know, especially I think in the tower we do see sort of a side of PB that tries to be nicer and more human, and I think that that's actually one of the things that Marceline brings out in her eventually. But PB is not a compassionate creature.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if it's like one of that like kind of like vampire thing where like you've been alive for like 1,000, 2,000 years. It's really hard to like get your gusto up giving a shit about like these brief creatures around you. Yeah.
Although apparently she's created a bunch of immortal creatures that she can just clone over and over and over again. But they're just a bunch of morons.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about the kind of the Gnostic stuff of like, she keeps making morons. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you being like that?
Well, it's because we discover later on that when she makes intelligent ones, they're bad. And they plot against her and they're evil creatures, you know? She has to give them the dum-dum juice.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does.
I mean, I guess, I don't know. Maybe like, maybe not clone them as adults would be my thought. Like give them childhoods.
Okay. My next question.
Yeah.
How the hell are there candy orphans?
Yeah, that's a good question. I do like that they're also like it's fine to punt them.
Yeah.
I mean, that kingdom gets attacked a lot. Like
it does.
Presumably, candy parents die and PB never bothers to like bring them back
Clone
to life
them,
or
so
like clone them or anything.
Okay, that's a good point. How do you think candy people have kids? Do you think they like have to apply to PB? So we know that the Banana Guards spy on everybody. Do you think they tell PB, they're like, Butterscotch Man and Peppermint Woman are trying to have a baby, and PB will be like, all right, cool, deliver them this new baby candy person?
I took it more as PB says, like, we'll make a family out of whole cloth. Like, so the children never grow. Like, those candy orphans are always going to be that age. Like, she probably made a family of like 3 tiny candies with 2 adult candies.
And a baby
and then it's
candy.
like, look, you're a family. And then that's it.
And then the adult candies get killed. And so the candy orphans never get older. I
would assume.
But what about,
it seems like an ageless kingdom.
What about Lemon Hope?
Oh yeah,
he gets older.
Does he though? I think he just gets more sophisticated. He feels like he's the same size, right?
I guess so. But yeah, I mean, there's like candy school for baby candies. Do they just? Yeah. Do they get old? Oh, that's we're gonna have to do some research on this one, because
the other option is, so PB is actually the sentient portion of the mother gum. Yeah. Maybe when she gives sentience to the candy people, them eating an only candy diet is almost like taking in more mass for them to like interpret into growth.
So they get bigger. They just never get smarter.
Yeah. Although, maybe they become, in quotes, adults. Yeah.
Cinnamon Bun, once he leaves the Candy Kingdom and goes and gets fully baked in the Fire Kingdom, he gets smarter. A little bit.
Yeah, because he was half baked.
Yeah. And Peppermint Butler definitely has a larger degree of intelligence than most candy people, but he also does like evil magic.
Yeah.
I think if you make candy too smart, it turns evil.
Yeah, I mean, same as people.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm half an idiot, so I'm very nice.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have to talk about the word.
Oh, yeah.
Viginti quintuplets.
Mm-hmm. So there's 25 of them, and one of the Banana Guards says, do you mean that we're Viginti quintuplets? Which is great. Which comes from, of course, Viginti, which is a time unit that measures 20 years. In this case, it means only 20, and quintuplet, which is 5 identical siblings.
So the thing that's hilarious about that is that the Banana Guards, who are just complete fucking morons, just off the cuff know that word. You mean like Viginti quintuplets?
Yeah.
She's like, no. Then I love when she's walking her the way she's like, Viginti quintuplets, gosh.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of smart people like being real stupid and stupid people being real smart. Like those are fun. Like PB just laughing at how her creations being fucking morons at each other. Like, oh, that's charming.
Yeah. I did really like that. She I think it was a humanizing moment for her. Like that was pretty good.
I mean, sort of, but I mean, if we break it down to she's Yaldabaoth, she made a bunch of idiots and then is laughing at them like run around after each other. Like it's right. She's a sick, horrific creator god.
Okay, that's true. But I think that one of the things that happens to her, and one of the things that we are seeing in this episode, is she starts to take her creations too seriously. She starts to expect them to have too much responsibility. She starts to expect too much of them. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that Finn and Jake were like, hey, you have to take a step back and look at this. Like, you made all this stupidity. You should enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I think that there was a little element of that. It's hard to, I mean, I don't know. But you're right. I think it's still, there is a level of cruelty in PB stepping back and laughing at the idiocy of her creation.
Yeah. It is kind of cute though. I would like to point out, so oftentimes Eric and I in this show will go to adventuretime.fandom.com. That's the Adventure Time wiki.
Yeah.
And rarely is there anything on there that I take any kind of issue with. I do take issue with this just to maybe feel uncomfortable. The first trivia item for the episode James II is Princess Bubblegum had thicker thighs than usual when she was wearing her safari outfit.
Who measures that? Who's
creep.
looking at that?
You creep. Whoever wrote that down is a fucking creep.
That is such a creepy thing to be pointing out.
Yes.
Who's objectifying bubblegum?
Yeah. That is some weeby otaku shit, and I'm not here for it. No offense, weebs and otakus.
I don't really understand what either of those things mean, but is it like gooning?
You know what's funny? I don't actually know what gooning is. A friend of mine at work was trying to explain it to me. So otaku in Japanese, otaku is like like some really uber nerd that lives in a basement, doesn't shower, and just watches anime and reads hentai all day. And then weeb is like making fun of like Americans that kind of like fetishize Japanese culture. Okay. But it's just kind of like a general term for like anime dorks. But gooning, I think, is like kind of like kind of a obsession with a sexual kind of component over something, like you're overly praising of something, you goon over something. Is that is that the kind of vibe?
I don't know. We should
I thought you knew. Up. Oh, sorry.
I try to not know any of this stuff. I feel like it's
I love knowing this stuff. I think it's fun. So it looks like it's our time down here, and it's their time. Oh no, sorry, that's Goonie-ing. My mistake.
Goonie-ing. Yeah. Oh my god. I just looked it up on Urban Dictionary, and it's just the longest friggin' thing. Gooning may be most simply defined as that state usually achieved after a prolonged edging session, when a man becomes completely hypnotized by the feeling radiating from his penis. Yeah. So it's like you're so into the thing you're watching, like the hentai or whatever, you're just gooning over it. It's like a worshipful, like you're just in a state of perma edge. Okay, I mean, I wasn't but I was in the sphere of understanding. If I used it, I think someone would understand me. I certainly wouldn't use it. Gooning is basically edging until you enter a trance state of some sort. Okay,
yeah, like because you're so enamored or horny about something, so you're like gooning over JoJo
Princess
Siwa or whatever.
Bubblegum's thighs.
Yeah. Creepy people being creepy.
Very creepy. I don't really have anything else about this episode. I'm glad we didn't skip this because I think it's good to finish up the James storyline. This did have, we didn't even talk about the zombies, but there's one more thing. There's a point at this episode at which everybody is suddenly outside the city walls. Oh, right? Everybody's inside the city walls. PB, Finn, and Jake are sitting on the outer curtain wall, looking in and watching the Banana Guards and the Jameses have their stupid runaround thing.
Yeah.
Then the Bubblegum Guardian, the Gumball Guardian, is like, alert, evil presence detected, and he's pointing over the wall. And then all of a sudden, everybody's on the outside of the curtain wall, and the candy orphans are on the outside of the curtain wall. They have to boot them back over the curtain wall.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah.
I continue
There's
to be
an error
baffled
section
by that.
here.
It does. I don't know if the error section mentions it. Does it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh my god!
Wow,
do I need to edit the Adventure Time wiki?
You should submit that. You should do it. Yeah, but edit it as WizBiz with Alexx and Erik.
I will, and I'll put something in there. P.S. Stop gooning over PB's thighs.
Yeah, please. I agree with all of this. The other thing is, so I saw that in Australia and on iTunes, this episode is called "The Food Chain."
Yeah,
why? That's weird.
I don't know.
Like what a weird fucking. Oh no! Oh, apparently, let's see. On iTunes, this episode has the end credits of Food Chain.
Is Food Chain a different episode?
Yeah, I think so. But I read that like some Australian streaming service has it on there as Food Chain. Yeah, the Australian streaming service Stan. This episode appears with the alternate opening from Food Chain. So maybe they like produce them at the same time.
Weird. Okay. All right. Well, I have a really important question for you, Alexx. Even though I feel like we've been exploring some already, do you have any shiny rocks for us today?
I do have some words I'm about to goon over.
Okay. I mean, we already done goon, otaku,
weeb,
and
JoJo Siwa.
Viginta quintuplets.
Yeah. Oh God, it came. Okay, I'm done. I can't talk about words anymore.
Okay, no more gooning. Okay.
this is just a good word. I don't have a guess whether you're going to know it or not, but it's like it's a common oldie word. Okay. Velleity.
Velleity. I will say that I've seen that word before.
Right? That was my reaction when I saw it.
But I don't really have the definition on the tip of my tongue.
Exactly my reaction. I saw it and went, yeah, I've read that word, I think, and I don't know. Yeah. But velleity is a wish or desire to slight or too weak to lead to action. The lowest degree of volition, a slight wish or inclination.
As if I have a velleity to do my dishes, but that means it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, the usage sentence is, his interest in learning Latin remained a mere velleity. He purchased textbooks that gathered dust on the shelf.
Oh my God, I went through that exact thing for so long.
Well, now you have a word for it.
Hold on, but I do need you to tell me, does it have a Latin root?
Yeah, of course.
Good. Then the circle is complete.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you can guess the Latin root.
I don't know.
Think about it means a wish or to want something.
Voleus.
Yeah, wolo. Yeah.
Wolo. Oh,
yeah,
wolo.
I wish or I want, like voluntary volition, like a lot of words came from that one.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
I said, by the way, impressive. I just expected you to know that. Audience at home, but please don't let my take away from Eric's impressive usage there. I don't
even think I got it right. I
mean, you did close enough.
Willeus and Wolo aren't the same thing.
Isn't that later? Like, because Welle is like goes to like middle, so medieval Latin is Welletus, Velle to wish, and then the old one is Wolo.
Okay, all right. Well, so I was close, but it was kind of shotgun guessing.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah, cool.
The other word I have for you is peripetia. Peripetia.
Hold on. Let me write that down. I know that one. Peripetia.
I will say the pronunciation key does have his tia, if that helps you at all. It probably
How do you spell the end of it?
Teia.
Teia. Okay, yeah, that's what I was guessing. Peripetia.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll help you at all. That shit looks Greek, and I don't know fuck all about Greek.
Yeah, I honestly, it looks like something I've seen. Let me guess. Yeah. It means nearly covered.
No.
Damn.
So, now that I'm looking at it, I think none of these are great because I think it's the same root as peripatetic to mean to walk around.
That's what I was kind of getting towards. So
anyway, the definition is a sudden turn of events or unexpected reversal, a sudden change in fortune.
Sudden turn of events. Okay, so then the patea part could be like a path or a walk, and then the para means it's changed or it's...
So the used in a sentence is, my only critique of the play is that the peripeteia in the third act seems terribly contrived, like some blatant deus ex machina to give us a happy ending. Whoever wrote that sentence is a pedantic jerk. That's an insufferable man.
Whoever wrote that sentence should never get a free drink at a bar, ever.
Yeah. I'm looking up on Merriam-Webster. Give me where it comes from. Oh, okay. So it's Greek peripetein, which means to fall around.
Oh, instead of walk around.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's... I mean, maybe I'm just wrong about the peripatetic.
No, peripatetic does mean to walk around.
Yeah. Oh, I guess, fall around, walk around. It's just kind of right there. Yeah. No, I knew that because I remember the peripatetic philosophers or whatever, like...
Right.
Was
the Aristotelians. Yeah.
Yeah. They just kind of walked around being douchey boys. Those are my two shiny rocks, and I believe that's all of the ones I have. Question mark. Real quick. Yes, that's it.
This just reminded me, I got a literal shiny rock while I was at Soak. There was a booth kind of like across the path from, there was a camp across the path from ours that had a movie theater. They'd set up like a bunch of pop-ups into a long movie theater so you could go in there and they'd, play movies. And they called it the Pickelodian. During the daytime, they served pickle-based drinks. You could stop by and get like a pickle Rita a pickle Mary in the morning or something like that. It was kind of cool. But there were also long periods of time where they didn't have anybody there. And they had a table out front where it was like, and it was like ask a question and pick up a rock. It had all these little rocks that were like, a couple inches across that were painted shiny gold on one side. And the shiny gold side was up. So you'd ask a question and then you'd pick up a rock. And it was like, you can either put the rock back or you can keep it. And I picked up a rock and it had, I think the answer to my question on it was friendship. It was painted on the bottom. And so on the back, it's like it's a literal shiny rock. I got a shiny rock.
Excellent. I don't know the term for it, but I'm going to guess that's lithomancy.
I feel like that sounds really good. It's definitely not petromancy because that would be mixing Latin and Greek, which we do not do here.
Yeah, I'm kind of all right with it.
Television.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's all good. What are they called? They've got a good word for that. It's like chimeric etymology or something. There's some like really fancy dramatic term for it. Oh wait, hey, listen to this.
Oh, hey,
that was that. I didn't know how to introduce it. I was just trying to like open my beer and like, I don't have a good time for it. I'll just make a big deal out of it. Speaking of tarot cards, sure.
Speaking of tarot cards,
Tower.
I feel like this is an episode that is just right up our alley to talk about because it's totally named after a tarot card. And there's a tower that collapses that is super important in this episode.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to ask you a question, a really important one. Have you ever created any sort of telekinetic electro-emotional appendage of any sort?
Yeah. I had a telekinetic emotional cloaca for a while.
Uh-huh. How did that work?
Mostly,
did you like lay eggs out of it or?
No, it was just basically it was like kind of a giant psychic funnel under all of my excretory organs and just kind of mixed it all together and then came out the bottom kind of like a Play-Doh.
It was like
Play-Doh
one of those
maker.
Ninja blenders for all your stuff.
Yeah. And then at the end it was a cloaca. So I didn't actually do any of the egg laying. I was working on that, but like psychically, that's a lot of energy to put into, asexual reproduction.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think if there's anything you could learn from watching Finn use a telekinetic electro-emotional appendage, you should have used it to gather eggs from somewhere else and kind of fake the whole process.
I did one time use my telekinetic emotional cloaca to put a deer on top of a wall. So that's
cool.
That's
cool. Yeah. I mean, you can really be, they can be really useful for moving wildlife around.
I think that's the number one reason most of us develop that ability.
Yeah, I once had a telekinetic electro-emotional third nostril, and I used it to put a deer on top of a telephone pole. It was very helpful.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably why we all stopped doing it all at some point in high school. We learned how to develop one. We put a deer on top of something, and we go, yeah, I guess that's about the end of that.
Yeah, there's also sort of that thing that happens, as puberty starts to wind down and you start to become a little bit more in tune with your emotions and how to process them. The telekinetic electro-emotional appendages just kind of fade away.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, Beck. You think Asiago is enough like Parm?
I mean, it depends on what you're doing with it, but I'll tell you, when you're making like bachelor spaghetti and you're not Jake, if you're making bachelor spaghetti, you get a pungent, hard Italian cheese, and it's going to be good enough.
Yeah. I like that Romano.
Romano's really good. Asiago can be a little sharp, I suppose. But, it wasn't a huge chunk.
Oh, you want to hear the grossest thing ever? Wait, are we
Yeah.
no, we're not even running super over, so I can give a dumb aside. When I was in high school, I'm going to call him a friend, but a guy that I knew put crumbled Treasure Island blue cheese on top of pasta instead of Parmesan.
Do you think he's still alive?
I haven't thought about him in a while.
And what the hell is Treasure Island blue cheese?
Oh, it's a brand. It's like, those ones that come in tubs and it's like just crumbled. Just imagine a crumbled blue cheese you put on salad.
Oh, okay. And he put it on top of pasta.
Yeah, instead of Parmesan, because he thought it like added extra tang. And I tried it once. It's not as bad as you think it'd be, but exponentially worse than literally any other cheese anybody's ever put on top of pasta. Like Parmesan, Romano, Asiago, like just
I mean,
I'm nothing.
Thinking about it, and I'm kind of thinking like, I could see blue cheese crumbles in like a pasta salad, where you were doing like olive oil and olives
fine.
and
no, this was
like a bunch
marinara
of
sauce, pasta, and blue cheese on top.
That sounds like a bad idea. Oh God, and it would do the weird melty thing. You know, blue cheese likes to melt. It's a pretty soft cheese, but it doesn't melt attractively.
I'll tell you, the reason I remember this is not because of its deliciousness. It was one, that's fucking weird. No, that's it. There was just one. That's the entire list. It was just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, because I grew up in like right outside of New York, like the most Italian part of the country, like is where I grew up. Like everybody knows either Italian or Jewish. What are you doing, man? Like we got options. It's not like, you know, it's not like
you found like the only person there who was gooning over blue cheese.
Oh, yo, he gooned. Oh, he gooned. Yeah. Yeah. So I like this episode quite a bit. One,
I did too.
Banger song. Two, I like Finn on a revenge mission. Like I like him just going, because he's also doing it in a very Finn way. He's upbeat. He's happy. Like gonna go into space, gonna punch my dad, and then he's gonna rip his arm off. Like what a Finn thing. Anger,
it was great,
fun. Like, and the whole episode is just him building a thing and PP and Jake having like a tete-a-tete of like, I'll be fine. And she'd be like, no, he's going to hurt himself. This is bad.
Well, I do think that this is an instance where PB is right and Jake is wrong. Like Jake doesn't always understand how mortal Finn is, but he did hang out there so that he would be ready to save Finn. But Finn, with his psychic power that he strangely developed from his melon heart, he was up so high that he was losing oxygen. Yeah. He must have been at like 20,000 feet, 15,000 feet. He really was way up there. That was like multiple miles in the sky.
Wow, miles and feet. It's almost like you stopped being pretentious for a second. Eric, what's happening here?
Would you like me to say meters
audience at home,
like
give them shit for saying shit in kilometers, and just because now that he did it the way that I like, you can't get away. Can't get away with anything.
Kilometers. I use kilometers for on the ground travel, but when I'm talking about elevation, I use feet and miles.
Exactly.
All right?
Yeah. And I use leagues in the sea.
Yeah, and I use leagues in the sea. Why wouldn't you?
And I use hectares and
I don't use hectares yet. I haven't really quite got my brain wrapped around those. But I use knots. Knots.
Exactly.
Like the berry farm.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant the guy from Three's Company.
Oh, no.
I'm 107 years old.
So one of the things I loved, okay, so we're talking about the tower. Anyhow, I loved that sort of like in the intro, he's using this like ultra super powered, like candy arm. It looks like it's made out of scoops of ice cream.
Yeah. It's like, it's balls of ice cream with sprinkles that like,
and it just smashes through everything.
Yeah. And this is, even for PB, this is weird. Like what was the thing? Cause like she makes later like a robot arm that's amazing.
She does.
Why would you start with ice cream arm? That's weird for even her. But I do like
we know
all the other.
Sorry, we know from the Shoko episode that she made Shoko a robot arm.
Yes.
She made Finn's predecessor a robot arm.
Yeah. The other thing, and maybe this is just her like understanding he's grieving, so she gave him just garbage to like, this is just, look, he's going through some shit right now. I'm just going to give him something. But all the other princesses gave him the themed arms. Like there was a slime arm, etc.
There was a hot dog arm.
Yes.
So does that mean, do you think they worked?
Well, if they did, so this is where I go. PB's worked. Let's assume that the other ones would work.
Okay.
I would just go find Corpse Princess and just have a cool skeleton arm.
Or a zombie arm.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
It's like, it's humans. Like, how to use it already.
Or go to Ghost Princess and get a ghost arm. It would basically work the same as a telekinetic electro-emotional arm.
Yeah. And far less syllables, though, which is, helpful when you're trying, when you're in a rush. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, slime arm would probably be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You'd probably have some slime powers.
It'd be messy, though.
Or what if you kept like a whole library of arms and you just picked the right one for each adventure?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what a smart person would do. Finn, however, is not a smart person.
Right. Muscle Princess.
Oh yeah, Muscle Princess.
Muscle Princess would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back in time and talk to what else his name? Ward, who makes the show?
Pendleton Ward.
Pendleton. For some reason, that was not coming to me.
Like the wool blankets.
Yes. My favorite thing that happened in this episode is Finn's building a thing, and then Cameron Esposito, who is one of my favorite podcast guests ever. She's great.
She played Carol.
She plays Carol the Cloud Lady. She has I love coming into something that you don't understand and it isn't really explained. And she goes, "You're one of those swimmers, right?" "Yeah, you are. A real swim nut." That is amazing. A cloud sees a human and accuses him of being a swimmer. Yeah, a real swimmer. I love that shit.
But it happens because Finn builds his tower into her cloud.
Yeah, into her cloud.
And she's like, "Oh, you're trying to get in me. You're a swimmer."
Yeah. And then it's explained later that she actually used to be some form of standing water, like a lake or
a puddle or a river or lake.
So maybe her only understanding of humanity is she's aware of something called swimmers and doesn't even know what a human is. It's just, but I love that about a backstory and that nonsense. And it doesn't really get solved. It's just, hey, you know what's fun in a writer's room? Just have Cameron Esposito say some weird ass shit at Finn.
I love that scene later on where she stops by to try to talk to Finn and apologize and stuff, and she's trying to sit there in full lotus position, and her legs keep going boing and spreading wide open.
Feet. That was fun. Yeah.
I love that.
The other lovely thing in this episode is there's a run of screaming where I think Finn screams, Jake screams, and then an ice thing falls on BMO.
Yeah.
And then BMO pops back out and screams. So it's like, oh, this is thank you, BMO. I like when BMO shows up and does one
though. He just popped back out and pretended like nothing happened.
I thought he said something. I thought he did he
did. He was
like, or something. Yeah.
I loved the scene. So, they're constantly sort of going up the tower and showing all the stuff that it's built out of. And so there's oozing lava from the Fire Kingdom.
Yeah.
It comes to a point where everything's made from the Ice Kingdom. So the top of one of the mountains with the face on it is in there. And then there's a whole layer made out of penguins.
Yes. Yeah. The fire thing was hilarious. I was a big fan of Finn picking up chunks of fire to build his tower with.
Let me ask you something. Are all those penguins dead?
Because
remember that tower falls at the end.
Here's my pitch to keep those penguins alive. They were high enough up that it was cold.
So they froze?
But in a cartoon reality, cold gives them power because that's where they live. And they probably just fell back into the Ice Kingdom and everything was fine.
All right.
So obviously they're all dead. Yeah.
I think another thing that could have happened is Orgmlorg might have kept them alive.
Yeah. Maybe they aren't even full penguins. They're just like vassal bodies of Orgmlorg. Yeah,
that's very, very possible, I think.
So also another PB really starting to not become a good character, like a good person, but we're getting glimpses of her better side and her doing this I don't even know what you'd say, exposure therapy. Of dressing up as Finn's dad so Finn can punch her in the face and try to rip her arm off, which is a delightful sequence.
And she's all like, "Oh, my favorite arm."
Yes.
That
was good. And then when they turn the lights on, to see how shitty her costume is delightful. I know. It's just like a ragdoll thing with with button eyes.
So I feel like this is the second time we've seen her do something like this. She did something like this in Lemon Hope when she faked being, Flannel, whatever his face was. And
oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I do think she's gaining a modicum of she's getting more heart. She's getting better at understanding that not everything can be solved with cloning. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Or lasers.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things can be solved with cloning and lasers, though. Just, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay, so we should talk about the tower a little bit, I guess, since that's sort of like the big occult reference in this episode. Is the tower is one of the tarot cards.
Yeah.
And the tower is kind of about sort of like those moments in life where things kind of come crumbling down. And Finn absolutely went through that when he faced his father and learned how shitty his father was, and then his father ripped off his arm and ran away into space.
Yeah,
right.
And then metaphorically, it's the tower reversed once it collapses.
Yeah. So I think that is a really interesting reference, and it's not a super throwaway one, right? Because it's sort of talking about something that has been happening over like 4 episodes so far. So Finn going through this experience and kind of coming out the other side and being a little bit better about it, I think is indicative that he's, growing and developing as a character and stuff. And I really like that. There's this scene at the end where it shows like Jake kind of, napping in front of the treehouse, and Finn walks up, and the shadow of Finn has both arms intact. And then the camera sort of pans around to Finn, and he's got like one whole arm and then his flower arm. Yeah. And I think that I saw that the Adventure Time Wiki listed this as an error, but I don't think it was an error. They so deliberately framed that shot and so deliberately showed that shadow that I think it was sort of showing that part of Finn had kind of begun to accept what had happened and sort of started to move on. I think it was done on purpose. Yeah. That's the most serious I'm going to sound this entire podcast. Right.
But that's like, that's the tower, isn't it like, getting over shit, getting over your dad. I think the question is though, obviously the thing's, what's up with that arm?
What is up with that arm?
Like, is that a grass sword imbuing Finn with some kind of magical power? Does Finn have Nissan telepathic abilities? Does everybody on Ooh have powers we don't know about? What the question is, what's up with that arm?
I'm trying to remember how that whole story goes, because I feel like the thing that was in the curse in the grass sword, doesn't it end up living in the Finn sword?
Yes, I believe you're right.
And doesn't Fern come out of the Finn sword eventually?
I don't remember. Maybe. I don't remember. I can't.
We're gonna have to watch for that. That's definitely like one of those really important plot points that is going to be interesting as we continue to watch. But I don't remember exactly where Fern comes from. But I'm almost certain that the demon that is the curse in the grass sword ends up living inside the Finn sword.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just a little. Yeah, that's all kind of blended into each other at this point.
Yeah. I liked the tower. I thought it was a really well done episode. I enjoy the episodes that deal with like Finn kind of like growing up or learning more about himself or learning how to be a slightly better person. I think those are really good. And I felt like PB grew up a lot in this episode. She expressed concern for Finn. I know that Jake is still protective of Finn concerning his like feelings towards Princess Bubblegum, but it seemed like it wasn't necessary this time. Princess Bubblegum was right. Finn needed help.
Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen. But Jake, Jake's frequently wrong. Just about everything. He's a fucking idiot. So
it's true. But he's also a loving idiot. He loves. Yeah, he loves.
Well, I mean, the thing with PB, like we've been calling her evil. She's she's Candy Hitler, etc. But I think PB used to be nice. It's just like she's relearning these things because I think she was like inherently like a sweet thing, pun intended. Right. Until she created her family that fucked her over, and then she's got this like she just had hundreds of years of being surrounded by fucking morons. Right. I think she's a little worn down and shitty at the moment, but you see past instances of her being nice. I think she's just kind of reconnecting to that.
I think that's a good insight. I think I totally agree. That feels on point to me too. She's getting better. She's improving as a human. Yeah. Or as a person.
Yeah. As human adjacent. Yeah. Yeah. Good episode.
Good episode.
Big fan. Really like that song. When I first watched this show, this was that song would get stuck in my head a lot, and I would be like Alex cooking spaghetti in his house. He's gonna then eat that spaghetti. Just really bad, just as I'm doing shit, because it's just it's such an earworm.
Well, I think that's adorable, and I think our listeners will too.
Yes.
Okay, I have a final question for you for this episode, and this is not WizViz related. This is John and Alex Hate Stuff related. I saw that you just released an episode about Andor 2, season 2.
Yes, I did.
And from the description of the episode, it sounds like you really liked it. Did you really like it?
I would say Andor season 2. I may even say Andor season 1 and 2 at this point. It's the best Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back.
I completely agree.
Yeah. It's better than Jedi. I think in a different mood, I would say it might even be better than the original trilogy, but it can't happen without the original trilogy. So it can't you can't really differentiate because it's built on the back of it. But I thought it was perfect.
I was so impressed with it. In fact, I finished watching the last couple episodes one morning a couple weeks ago, and immediately I was like, "Oh my god, I have to go watch Rogue One again." And Rogue One had been my favorite Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But upon watching it again, I was like, "Okay, this is good, but I think I'd rather watch Andor over."
Yeah, a lot of people having that reaction is that Andor actually made Rogue One worse. Even though I agree, Rogue One was the best thing in Star Wars for quite some time, but Andor is perfect.
There was some stuff in Rogue One that didn't make sense after watching Andor, Andor accepting all those new characters, just being come on my ship with me, come on my mission.
Yeah,
none of that made sense. There's no way there's no way Andor from the series would have trusted anybody that much.
If you're listening, you haven't done Andor season 2. Spoiler alert. I mean, the episode's done, so just find us on Blue Sky WizBiz podcast. We're on.
WizBiz podcast on Blue Sky.
Yeah. So okay, gave a spoiler alert. My favorite thing is something they didn't do, which I was so terrified was going to happen. In season 1, I think it's the first time Skarsgård is meeting up with Saw Gerrera. He's got a tube looking thing that there was a lot of reference that was a lightsaber. There was a lot of rumor going around that
Skarsgård is going to be a Jedi,
that he was going to be an ex-Jedi or something along those lines. And I'm so glad they had the restraint to not do that.
Me too.
There was no lightsabers. It's an entire thing.
Yeah,
there's no Jedi. It
was great.
Yeah, they knew how to play in the space. It still felt like Star Wars, but it didn't. I was so happy they didn't do that at the end because it seemed like they were leading that way, and I'm just what a great move to not fuck it up by getting all Star Warsy.
Yeah, absolutely, 100% agree. I totally agree. So follow us on Blue Sky, WizBiz Podcast. Heck, go follow us on YouTube. We're WizBiz Podcast on YouTube. All of our episodes get posted there, and you can subscribe to the podcast there so you get all of our new stuff.
Yeah.
And also go check out John and Alex Hate Stuff, which is one of Alex's other podcast projects in which he reviews movies and I guess now TV shows with John, and they are excellent reviews.
So the Andor season 2 is on our Patreon, which it's only $5 a month, so you should sign up.
Oh yeah. That's that. Well, yeah, I'm on the JHS Patreon.
When we started John Alex Hate Stuff, it was originally we were going to do more TV shows, so we have done TV over the years. So we did Andor season 1. I think that was on the main feed. Whenever the hell that was out, 2 years ago or whatever. So we've done it here and there, but it's mostly movies. We just did.
So it's on Patreon. Okay, that's why I haven't listened to it yet. I don't think I have that hooked up to listen to automatically in my
the last John Alex Hate Stuff episode we did was Dead Ringers. Did you ever see that movie with Jeremy Irons? He plays twin gynecologist.
I'm familiar with it, but I have not seen it.
It's a fucking weird movie. Like, I remembered it being a lot zanier than it was. Not zany is the wrong word. It's a weird movie, but I remember it being more like fun weird because I watched it when I was young and like edgelordy and like.
Oh, so it's okay. Yeah, it's older. Yeah, okay.
It's like from the 90s.
Yeah, I was alive in the 90s.
Yeah, but it was an interesting rewatch. It just says
cool.
If anybody out there is unfamiliar with Dead Ringers, recommend if you're in the mood to have a movie make you feel sad.
Sometimes people want that. I don't know. But if you want a podcast to make you feel happy, just keep listening to us.
Exactly. All right, we will see you next time.
Anon.
Goodbye.
What is this?
Film before a live studio audience. Norm!
Mute.